Alright. Let's get this going and hopefully this time beat the final dungeon. Hey, Kyle. What's up? I went ahead, did the grinding, and then got back up to this point. This is just where pretty much I left off. So, yeah, it should be finishing up today. But we'll see. I could be suddenly called or something. One boss down without much worry. Oops, let me get that out of the way. It wasn't like a whole lot. It's just, it definitely needed to be some. Because, on the mode, at least I'm playing, you need to kind of be there at the right level for stuff like this. It matters, not a bunch, but just that little bit is enough. Let's see, like right there. A lot better of an attempt. Yeah, I mean that's just how these type of games are. Even if it's like a brawler mystery dungeon, like you have to be prepared for them. And this game is no different, unless you were playing like on the easiest mode, where I imagine enemies do like barely any damage, they have barely any health. But this one is not the case. I didn't want the first time showing this game being easy mode. Yeah, essentially. Because you could just easily jump to like all the exits and just get to the boss, and then that'd be that. And there we go. That time, all beaten. On the very first attempt, being a little prepared always does help. Yeah, and like the grind wasn't that hard either. It's one of the good things I can say about the game is it doesn't make it tedious. Like it's not extremely simple where you can just hit one button, but it's still not tedious. Like you don't have to go through like 3 hours just to get one level. Like it was pretty fast so long as you just can go through the dungeon you just went through. So it's forgiving. That might not have been the end. Well, actually, no, that's like might be it. Oof, I was a little worried there might be something additional. Oh, there was something additional. I was wondering where this motherfucker was. Over here I can use. Nope. I wonder if I can climb the dude. Oh, I can. Not a good spot though. Oof, a lot of enemies. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna have to get these guys off. They are kicking my ass. Okay, whew, alright. There we go. That worked out a lot better. Damn it. Oh, one of his legs broke. Or at least it shattered a little bit. Oh, he's on his last leg. The dog is almost down. And he's dead. And that's why you prepare. Oh, jeez. Oh man, chat's a little hard to read. I really wish I wasn't nearsighted. It wasn't that he also, I guess now I should probably say it, he wasn't sat on me, he's like kind of just fucking body slammed me, and I ended up inside to, well, deal like half his health and damage. I do have glasses, but if I wear them while I'm playing, it's gonna kill my eyes because the screen's near me, not the chat. So I'm trying to use my phone, but I don't have a good phone stand to keep it closer, sadly. Serval's diary. I was supposed to pretend to be a health checkup in Keiko's lab and do fight training with weapons. Suddenly, Keiko got a phone call and she ran out. Later, she told me that a friend who looked like me was wearing the same equipment and appeared at Sandstar Volcano. What's this? The zoo director, San, didn't wear the amulet, so I asked why. She said, yesterday it suddenly disappeared. It was stolen by someone, but it suddenly disappeared like teleportation. There was a big earthquake. I was surprised when a woman said the quake was centered at the depth of 6,370 kilometers on TV. Nira-san and Keiko-san were surprised and spouting coffee. Is that so strange? The night sky is very beautiful today. It looks as if the sky is strewn with sand stars. Keiko and the lab staff seem to be extremely busy. They seem to make a strange machine in a hurry. What machine? The staff are irritated. Mira-san has been silent for a long time. What happened? The staff were breaking the flying transports one after another. Why? What are everyone doing? The zoo director-san, Mara-san, Onira-sama, and Inugami Gobu travel around the park with 4 gods. What are you doing? Keiko-san was modifying Lucky-san. Is this programming? I was surprised because she hits the keyboards too fast. Keiko-san and Nana-san were carrying strange machines. They were in a hurry. There were some machines, but one of them seems to be installed in a hut between the savannah and the jungle. What is that? Is this artificial something filter that Keiko mentioned? I received the hat from Zoo Director San. Eh? Why do you go? Really? Come back. Garcelle said to chase Mira-san with a ship. I went to the port. There were many ships. Moreover, a lot of the devices I used when I came back from Faust. The ship seems to have this designation set. This is a message from Mira-san, isn't it? When I told everyone about the ship, they said I will go too. It wasn't just me and Carcel that wanted to meet Mirasan. I will tell other area friends about the ship. Today, new friends were born. I want to teach Mirasan. I decided to chase Mirasan together with Carcel and many other friends. For a while, we get separated from friends left in the park. But if we meet Mirasan again, I may find out how to save Carcel, or Serval. Then I will come back again. Oh yeah, I will leave this diary here. Someone may read this and remember us. From tomorrow, I will write in a new diary. Also, hey, Katie and James. That was ominous. Hmm? Oh. Hmm? 3 mystery areas. Interesting. Let's see, where's that trophy? Oh, there's that trophy. But that seems to be the final boss of the story. However, there is one more dungeon. I may not complete it this stream. Oh, there might be more than one more dungeon. I was thinking of a secret one, as it gets mentioned by one of the characters that there's something over here on this remote island. Once you land here, it disappears. Can I even enter it, though, is the question. I cannot enter it yet. Wait, maybe. There we go. Okay, I see what this is. This is just like a trial run of sorts. As in, just going through every area one by one until you get to the final bit. Kind of like a boss rush. You just have to get back up and all that stuff. So, not too bad. Seems like something that'd be fun for side playthroughs. Let's see here. I guess that's one of the question marks? I guess not. And let's check this out. Oh. That seems to be just an additional side dungeon then. Don't know what the point of this one would be. But I guess I'll check it out for a little bit. Yeah, it just seems like it's a side dungeon. Additional hard mode, I'd assume, because man, these things are tough. Yep, these are the high level. Oof. Now let's see how far I can get, at the very least. I doubt there'd be anyone to save in here. Looks more just like, madhouse, really. Oops, did not mean to touch that. Oh well. Just want to see how far I can get in here. Come on. There it is. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can do this. This is probably one of those dungeons where you actually do need, like, everything maxed out. Like, level all the bot stuff. Definitely tons and tons of potions. But this is merely just to test, see how far I can get. Because let's face it, it would be a short stream if I just ended it after that one fight. Or, well, boss rush into one fight. Let's see if we can find some more stragglers. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm gonna keep going on this. Where is it? Whoa, man, it just keeps going. Let's see here. Thank goodness for being able to jump those things. The only problem is if they land in the lava, it's a lot of health loss, not stamina. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of rip. These are very, very strong enemies. And that's pretty much the point. Now, this seems like a very post-end-game dungeon. Yeah. I don't know what the reward for this would even be, though, because everything else looks like maxed out on here. But maybe get like some held item that makes you a god or something. I don't know, I'll give it an attempt, see how far I can get. If I can get to the end, I'll at least check out what the boss is like. And maybe in the future I'll do like another stream of the bonus content. Just to show off the Sky Tower and this dungeon. Because it definitely will take some more grinding to be able to get everything. Exit? Where was that exit? There it is. Ah, of course, I get sniped. That's the worst time. Oh yeah, this is definitely one of those dungeons where you need everything, because oh man, it just keeps going. 17 floors so far. Like, you need to be on top of everything. I doubt it'll be 99 floors. There's no way. Unlike regular Mystery Dungeon games, this does not have a lot of items you can find. It is not very generous on the items given. If this was a 99 floor one, if I ever do the bonus video, it definitely will not be on this mode. Because I am definitely not going to be able to do it with enemies doing like a bunch of damage in a single hit. Where's that exit? There it is. Probably some good money can be made in this dungeon though, because it multiplies with every dungeon. Oh man, now like the big bird enemies, pterodactyls, starting to spawn. God, one of these has to be the end. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get any further than this floor. I don't have enough items to just survive. Oh well, yeah, like I said, I'll probably just stream the bonus content on another day. Consider that its own little thing after getting like prepared and stuff. But for now, I guess I can explain some things I never explained. Even though it's a little late on that, but pretty much just talk to someone, you just run into them. But the problem is, with this game, text boxes kind of just keep flooding up. So, kind of wish there was more of a talk thing. That you can just like hit Z on them and they will talk after you swing a fist at them. Everyone's got their own little area. There's like a Pac-Man game in here. I played a little bit of it, but getting the high score doesn't matter too much aside from getting one little bit of dialogue from her and some buns. Everyone's got, their own little places set up, doing their own little thing. There's like a music box over here to change the music of this area for a little bit. Storage. And every little bit of literature you ever pick up to read, it gets put in here so you can read it another time. If you ever forget some things, this one right here will tell you like, just the basics. And if you ever feel like if you wanted to play it and you chose the wrong difficulty, just come to this little book and you can just change it whenever. Of course, I played it on Endangered, which getting that far was not easy. Definitely were points where I had to stop just to supply up, which isn't a bad thing. As I said with that boss fight, if it was just fast and easy to get through, then it'd be kind of a boring game. So I'm glad that he's up the challenge. Although, man, do things swarm a little too much as a challenge. Overall, it's a pretty fun game. There may be some, issues here and there, but it's probably like his first game. Maybe even if it's not, it's still impressive. The single person is just making the game like this for free, still putting in some love into it, and it's pretty nice. In fact, they even bothered with an English translation at all. Also shows that he wanted people to enjoy it, even though to get to it's a bit of a annoyance, because to do that you have to go into configurations, but that only happens till after you start the game, so you'd have to watch the intro twice pretty much to understand everything. And if you didn't save after changing the options, it doesn't keep the options. Like, all your options are kept on a save file. So like, before I did this stream, I had this file right here just to keep the configurations at all. Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't let you do it at the title screen. There's a unique option menu in the title screen where it lets you change the key bindings of everything, which isn't in this configuration. You can't configure any keys while you're playing the game, but you can, well, maybe, let's see. No, you can't. So, it's really weird why he does that. I don't really know, but it's probably not like an easy thing to code. I don't really know enough. Or maybe he just didn't really think about it. But it's simple to get into. It's simple to play, but it still has some stuff you can learn and do. Like, the combo system's nothing special, but just being able to maneuver around, find out unique ways to fight enemies, deal with like packs of hordes. It's pretty fun. There's plenty to play. Like, there's side content too. Like I said, there's this post-game dungeon here, which is definitely need to try hard. And then there's the dungeon over here, which I'm pretty sure is just man, what was it? It's like what they call it in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that one forest where you start as level 1 again and have to go through everything. It's just like one of those. I guess others call them skin dungeons, where you basically are given nothing and you have to regather everything, which is pretty fun. I do enjoy those type of things, especially after having to play Jinso Wanderer 100%. Or, well, not having to, but having done that, experiencing those, they're fun. And it feels pretty nice to have that in a game like this, too. Oh. Well, what do you know? This was, I actually did not know this was here. That was actually a random chance of talking about post-game stuff and finding more. Oh, I see. So this is just a training thing. It's kind of late to have something like this. I don't know if you can find this early game or not. Yeah, this would definitely have been easier or better if this was just not hidden and shown off earlier. But I guess I can understand it. Actually, can you even use items? Probably. But, not bad. That does make me curious if you can get to that early game, but who knows. There's, well, like I said, just plenty of stuff to do even after beating the game. There's definitely some replay value where you can put up challenges and stuff, like maybe fight bosses where you don't take damage, like see how very little you can use. There's definitely ways to, you know, have records and stuff. Though, I guess other than that, there's not really too much replay values in these type of games. It's other than just challenging yourself. Like once you beat it, it's beaten. Technically, like yeah, you can just rebeat it, but yeah. So it's just really, you know, just what you want to make of the game. I would honestly recommend playing it for anyone that really want to. Because it's a nice game. It is. I may have had, you know, complaints just said and stuff, but it's enjoyable. I don't regret a single bit of time I put into this game. And I won't regret the more time I will put into this game once I start getting ready to do the bonus content. Oh man, if speedrunning this? No. Like, oh man, that would be rough. That's one of those things where if people really wanted to get into it, there's this RNG of RNG. Like, who do you save? Who do you just, like, leave? And it's just way too much stuff. Though if I did speedrun it, I'd probably be, like, the only person who has. So that'd be, like, an easy world record for, like, 10 minutes. Until people are like, oh, you know, world record not set in this? I could do better than this. And they just do it. Actually, I got like about 9 hours. Maybe 10 from like the resetting, but not a whole lot of time. Like I said, the grinding's not bad. It's not tedious. It's just you do have to do it because even after pretty much fighting a bunch of stuff and, you know, not running away a whole lot, I still was behind on levels. Like, let's see if I can find it. I think it was when I was this dungeon into this dungeon, I was about almost 10 levels behind, and I wasn't running from everything. I wasn't being like complete coward. I wasn't like clearing the whole dungeon, but I definitely fought enough to get there. Then there's also items like those potions are not easy to get a hold of. Sadly, they're a bit RNG. Like, there's a shop here, sure, but this is it. Like, aside from this healing item right here and these, like, Japari buns, there's nothing you really want to buy. Like, this is just one of the things I'll show off in the side content video, because I definitely do need to farm up something for this, because I know what this does. I don't want to say it yet, though. Make it more interesting when I do the video, or, well, stream. Then, of course, this is kind of useful, just, it's not necessary. You just generally don't want to get hit by the stuff at all, and then these two, kind of pointless. Like, maybe clearance is fine, but if you're not really doing that great, you're going to want more potions anyways, because a 50% heal or 400 health heal is a lot better than sometimes standing in poison or removing traps only sometimes. Because if you're just running when you have the levels, you really don't even need this at all. So everything also, of course, you need the money for it. And getting the money's not too bad either. It's simply the same as just regular grinding. You just go to a dungeon you were at before and have completed, and you just go and find the Lucky Beast. He gives like a whole bunch of money just touching him after, well, saving him. And he doesn't go away after saving him once, so it just keep doing that. And you'll usually get like enough to buy whatever you want for a little bit. But to get absolutely everything, because of course the HP ups and ST ups or stamina ups aren't complete yet. That's because I believe the maximum amount of HP is 1000, and I think the maximum amount of stamina is 500. I think that's what I'm pretty sure I've seen in his video when he like previewed the game, so I don't know for sure, but that's definitely, as you can see, a lot off from what I can get right now. There's just too many things. There's also this trophy system right here, which I assume is for the... Well, the trophy getting here is when you get, I guess, to the final level of the Pac-Man game. It's kind of pointless to carry the item that it gives you because it essentially makes everything tougher. As you hold it, it makes the enemies faster and move faster. Like, well, attack and move faster, which is, unless you want to, of course, challenge yourself, not really worth it. I imagine there's going to be 2 more, one for beating Skytree, then one for beating that post-game dungeon. And they'll probably do something similar, like maybe not power up the enemy, but maybe power you up. Like, I imagine the Skytree is probably going to be like, oh, this will power you up to completion. Well, I wouldn't call it junky. I definitely see what he's going for, as he does want to make it harder. He wants to give people a reason to feel challenged, which is nice. Like, it really does show some love for the game. I really do hope he like continues working on it and improves some things. I really do hope he makes like another game, and I will, of course, support him. I guess I can give like a link of this sometime in a little bit to, I guess, where whoever like wants to download it, just give like his link to his Twitter, because the dude's like I said, put love into this. I want to see if other people are interested in it. If not, that's fine, but you never know. But I don't really need to show Pac-Man game too much. I think that was in one of the other streams where I showed it at the beginning, because I got curious. But I can at least show the scoreboard here. It's pretty easy to at least place in this. Like I said, I don't know if it's just getting to the final level or getting on the scoreboard itself, but it definitely can take some time to get to first place, because it's not like regular Pac-Man where it just keeps going. It has 5 levels, so essentially to get first place you have to at the very least get 10k points in each level, but one of them has to be a little bit more, and you don't have to do it. Luckily, I'm glad on that, although it kind of sucks not to know that beforehand, because all it is just, like I said, one dialogue from her where she's like, oh, you beat my high score, can you give me some tips? And then she gives you just a couple items. Every friend around here, of course, also has unique dialogue where they bring up certain things. Like, some of them will give you like handy tips on what to do. How I found out about that secret like island or Skytree thing is because if you talk to her a third time, she mentioned there's a hidden dungeon on a remote island, and since it's common in games. And, well, giving it a check out, it proved true, but you can't access it until you beat the game. Like, I tried earlier, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can just get like a sneak peek at what this is. But nah, it definitely is just a post-game, run through the entire game again type of dungeon. And of course, this here is, I guess, just a shortcut after you beat the place. Like, I imagine these three things right here have to do with the post-game dungeon, because everything here seems to be putting me at well, places I've already visited. Like, it seems to be just the boss areas, like the gate here, there's the jungle, and then yeah, of course all the boss rushes itself, and then I guess post game, after you beat the game, kind of you can look at the spot type of stuff. I don't know what these three might be. I could be wrong on that. There might be even more after that one dungeon. I really don't know what he's put in. I've never really beat the game back in the day because it was still being updated and there wasn't a whole lot to it. Like, I think when I played, that boss rush might have just been it. So I remember there was more than just 4. Like, I felt like there was a 5th one, but I could be wrong because I didn't really try that hard. The problem I had back in the day was the airplane boss was busted. It had an AI problem where anytime you were above a certain point, it would use this one move, and that made it impossible to do damage to it until it was knocked down. But knocking it down was tough because it got knocked down after taking enough damage, and the only way to do the damage to it was at that one area, really. So it was a back and forth thing. Sadly, though, even refighting these guys, they don't get tougher. It's not like you can return and see like if you can do better. It's just essentially, as soon as I hit this, bam, dead. If anything, you can just test some things out. Of course, you can unequip your stuff here. Like, you don't have to use all this. But the only problem is the HP and stamina is not like incremental get rid of. It's once you unequip this, it takes away all of them. Like, oh wait, no, actually he did change that. Never mind. So you can definitely like set yourself up on the challenges. You can say like, oh, if I had to fight so and so with the bare minimum again, you can. You can go through the whole dungeon doing that. You can be like, okay, I beat this on this difficulty. Can I do it on the next? Now that I know like what he does. Though my only complaint on that, if you ever unequip the weapons, is that the bosses may be too tanky. Like, a lot of them did have a lot of health. Like, I was really worried on Big Dog because he had like so much health. Even if I did take out half of it from that one moment, it still was a whole lot where if I felt like if I messed up, that might have been the end, because his attacks weren't too difficult to dodge, but the explosives definitely were. Yeah, and a lot of bosses have the problem of their weak points don't open like at a good spot. Like, the Cellien Queen took me a long time. It probably would have taken me less compared to this. Like, I guess this is just saying, comparing the bosses to each other, the ones that stand still when their weak points are open really show how much easier they are compared to the ones that move when their weak points are open. Like, I had an easier time with the not Cellien Queen, the Snowman compared to a boss earlier than that because the boss moved and had his weak point in a weird spot. Like, I do feel like that could be worked on a little bit. Maybe tone down the health a little bit, because this is not even the hardest mode. There's one mode harder, and I do not even want to know how much health something has on the other one. And you don't even get to really see their HP values until you buy the analyzer. And you can't get the analyzer until you get like all the lucky beasts, which is at the very last dungeon of the story. So, real quick, I think that thing had 3,000 health, so we're just going to check out his health. Let's see. Okay, so it's not a whole lot different for this dude, but it probably does change it a decent amount for the others if it's a percentage base. So I honestly can't recommend the very hardest difficulty unless you really, really want to. Because technically you never have to fight alone. You do get allies, like here, which is, you know, fine. They do help out a decent amount on the damage, but like I said, you could probably tone down the health a little bit. Like some of these, I know I could do better if I were better at dodging. I could definitely, not saying the damage is the problem. They're doing fine. I should dodge more. I should like be careful more, learn more. But this isn't a game where I devoted like a lot of time to, which really shows. I devoted time to it, but not enough to really master it. Because even as simple as it is, a simple game can still have techniques to learn. Like, it's been shown off plenty of times on Twitch with like Super Mario 64, where there's people that can do insane stuff with that, despite that game being like extremely simple, to the point where you could literally beat it without really trying that hard. But there's people that can beat it in like an hour, showing off that there is more to it. And this is one of those games like that, because honestly there's no difference in beating it on the hardest difficulty to the easiest difficulty, aside from the enemies doing damage and stuff. But I'd never recommend playing it on the easiest unless you're just going through and trying to get some, you know, cash grinding, because, well, grinding shouldn't be tedious, and this game really doesn't let it be. Like, you get the same amount of money and experience no matter the difficulty. So, it definitely works in the favor. Like, all the difficulty does is just make the enemies harder. It doesn't make the experience, like, take longer for you. It doesn't make it take faster for you. Well, I guess technically, yeah, it does, but it doesn't make, like, the grinding for your experience different. If I fight an enemy on easy, I get the same amount of experience as I get on very hard, which is good. I like that type of deal because, you know, it's nice, and the AI is still the same on easy compared to hard, as far as I know. Like, I doubt there's differences. But it's definitely just the health and damage they do. I do still say, even though I know this will never be used to show him and be like, oh yeah, this is constructive criticism, it's just dial back the HP. That's the only complaint, because a lot of them are really tanky for no reason. The big enemies feel like a mini boss in their own right, which kind of sucks since items are not very, very plentiful. And getting the, like, medicines here is not easy, because even if you do find them, luckily you can cook them, but you still need to find previous versions to cook them into. Like, you can buy the glitter capsule at the very least, but to get just the other thing of medicine to make it into medicine, to make it into more medicine, is just kind of eh. I kind of wish that once you got X, you could buy this stuff. Or at least if you got to post-game, you could buy the stuff. That way you can just run through and test many different things, but it doesn't seem that way, which is kind of sucks, because it's not as easy as getting the coins where you can just go touch this dude in the dungeon and he'll drop a whole bunch. You kind of have to bump into the friends along the way and hope they give it to you. Break open boxes. Hope Sandcat here is the giving you good RNG, because if her RNG is bad, she'll just dig up an enemy that'll be the high level. But yeah, that's about all I can really say on the game. Honestly, anyone wanting to give it a try, I'd really recommend it. It's worth the time. You don't have to play, of course, on the difficulty I was playing on, but I'd recommend at least normal. Just plenty to enjoy. One way to play it. It may not have many variances aside from who you summon, but you know what? Really, the dude did put some love into this. I can't recommend it enough. It really shows, and I can't wait to see more from him. As far as I know, he's still updating it too. So, of course, there can be another version that has like things fixed. Maybe there was like a bug or two that, well, maybe something that was just a bug that I was complaining about. It can happen. Simple to download, simple to play. Just nice little game. So, let's see. Well, it wasn't a very long stream, but at the very least, I can get. Actually, how do you lock like a scene if you're able to do that? Because I can at least give a preview of the next game I'm gonna play. Yeah, like if I wanted to be on something like this while I'm messing with the gaming like capture, is there a way to do that or no? I mean, the problem is I kind of have to change it to edit the game capture part because it's set up where I have to give it permission for the game. Shouldn't. I don't know, I just don't want it capturing anything that it shouldn't, because technically for Face Rig here, because technically Face Rig is a game on Steam. Yeah, so that's like the reason why I was asking if there was a way to lock it, but oh well, I guess I just won't give the preview. Next stream will be much longer. Like I said, I will come back to this game in the future, but I think I'll stream this other game first. I'll get like all I can to ready up for that side content, show it off, because there should be someone out there at the very least doing it. Because, yeah, that should be just someone getting the info out there. Even though there was one guy in the past who did beat this game without taking any damage from the bosses, but I don't know what difficulty he played on, because I don't think it was the hard mode. Because this was also back in the days. Maybe numbers have changed. I really do feel like they have, because some of these bosses definitely, yeah, no damage. He also did it solo, like no friends helping him. I don't know how, but I do think maybe the numbers changed, which just show that the dude want to make it like a challenge to make sure it's not like a cakewalk. There's also apparently like a VTuber, or at least a little barely known VTuber, also streaming this game, or was streaming this game, which is pretty interesting to see. I hope they do well, but it's pretty funny to see that once I was streaming the game a little bit, there was someone else out there that's recently streaming it. Coincidence, I'm sure, but it's nice. I hope they do alright. Yeah, I guess that'll be where I just end it for now. Like I promised, tomorrow will be much longer. I can definitely do more than 2 hours of this game, because there won't need to be grinding, as far as I remember. This is going to be more a remake of the game, which improves the visuals. So we're all gonna see that, and it'll be nice. Anyways, this is where I end the stream. Thank you all for coming.